most houses are selling for around 8 to 900,000, and they have it listed for $699. This is a pretty freaking good deal. One of the biggest problems I find with the younger generation, two big problems. One is that we don't have enough knowledge or education to buy real estate. We don't know where to start. Thanks for jumping back on, guys. I always appreciate you guys that watch my videos. This video here specifically, I want to focus on finding the deal cheaper than what it's worth in the marketplace. That's called a wedge deal. Whenever you find something that's cheaper than what the market values it, it's called a wedge deal. You're creating a margin of safety for yourself because now you've bought it at below market value. And also the upside is much bigger, which makes it more worthwhile. So that's what this video is focused on. I'll have little clips that I'll put together for this. Okay, awesome. So one of the things I realized, especially with Vancouver real estate, is that because the price of the product, the price of the home here is so high, you can't approach this market how you would approach any other market. It's just hard to get ahead, and I would say in some cases nearly impossible to get ahead. One of the things that investors do when they buy real estate is to get pre-qualified for a mortgage, which then allows them to use leverage to buy a property. They pay 20% down, so you have your purchase price of the home, you put 20% down, you pay that to the bank, and then the bank lends you 80% of the property, and then you just make your mortgage payments on that. That's how real estate works. So what I realized with Vancouver, and a lot of people already do this, but I'm just making it explicit, you have to partner with people. That's how you get ahead in real estate in Vancouver, is not only leveraging yourself, but then creating partnerships where multiple people can leverage to acquire a property that then helps them create wealth for their families. So that's literally step number one, in my opinion, for Vancouver, is creating a partnership, finding people that are like-minded, have similar goals to you, are on the same path, that can then partner with you to make your desired investing goals come to life. Okay. Step number two is probably the harder part, especially with real estate, is finding the right property to buy. See, one of the major problems with Vancouver is that real estate prices, and the reason why real estate prices have shot up is because of the lack of inventory. Meaning there's more people in the market competing for the same properties. Naturally, what happens, supply and demand, if supply is low and demand is growing, then the price has to go up to then actually quell the issues with demand and the whole supply-demand curve. Fortunately, I've got a few that I've worked with for a few of my deals already. I've got a good friend, Karn, who's doing the podcast with me. He's going to be my go-to place to start. So let's make the phone call, see how it goes.
Yo, what up?
What up, Karn? How you doing?
Good.
So I'm making a YouTube video on how to find a deal in Vancouver.
Okay.
Do you want to meet and help me with the recording? You just have to do what you're already doing, and I'll ask questions, etc.
Okay.
I will see you tomorrow then.
I will see you tomorrow for sure.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good.
Okay.
Thanks for the call.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Guys, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Doing good.
Thanks for jumping on this video with me. Remember I told you about this video idea?
Yeah.
Guys, if you haven't already met Karnveer, he's on all my podcasts. He's the co-host of the show. Remember, the goal of this video is to find a deal off market and to learn more about real estate. One of the biggest problems I find with the younger generation, two big problems. One is that we don't have enough knowledge or education to buy real estate. We don't know where to start. The second problem is that houses or real estate in Vancouver is super expensive. So I just wanted to make this video to try to find a deal off market, just so that you can get a deal. And hopefully I can show you guys a way and how hard we have to work behind the scenes. And then hopefully you can replicate this to actually find a deal to make money. I think it's important that when you get into real estate, you have a realtor who's ideally someone you trust and a good partner in business, because they're going to help you find deals and actually analyze deals. And they've got more experience, especially if they've been doing it for a while. So that's what we got Karn in this video. I'm trying to showcase that you need to have a team that you're working with. And so, yeah.
Yeah,
there's a
I want to
bit of-
add to that. So
Yeah.
it's not just a good realtor. There's a handful of people that I suggest everybody be in contact with. A good mortgage broker, whether they do private loans or whether they're doing conventional loans from the bank or credit unions, having a good accountant makes a world of difference, right? Your mortgage broker is going to set your purchases up in a way where you can pull equity from the home and tell you what type of income you need to show to your accountant, and your accountant is going to help you save money for those properties when you actually start renting them out or you start selling them, so then you can save on your taxes.
Right.
in
When
your
these
hand.
banks take on more risk, let's say they work with low income families, I guess the interest rates are higher then?
They're just making you jump through more hoops.
Okay.
That's all it is. Because they're insuring, they're making sure that everything is insured. Also, then you're going into CMHC, which is Canadian Mortgage Housing Corporation.
Yeah.
You have to show, like with low income,
So
it's either higher down payment,
Right.
or if you have low down payment, then your income has to be
Higher.
so much higher. It has to be double.
borrow.
Yeah, and then your credit score has to be phenomenal.
Right. So all these loans, let's say a bank does a loan, does it go through the CMHC?
Yes.
So the bank is going to the CMHC, they're approving the loan. So
Yeah.
the loan is with the bank or is the loan with CMHC?
It's with that I'd have to double check with, but
Yeah.
yeah, I can't remember.
It's
which
like a
way it
roundabout
is.
way. My guess is it's through the bank, but
Through the bank, and then CMHC is the one that's gonna do it. Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering, does that make it more stable in Canada? Because
You know, honestly speaking, if you're looking to get home ownership, number one, find something that's affordable to you. Don't skip a step by going from, instead of getting an apartment, straight to a home
right.
where you're overextending yourself and you don't have the initial down payment.
Is this like for a house that you're living in?
No,
You're talking
this
about, or is
this
it
is if you're gonna.
investment, or are you talking about
This is if you're gonna
anything?
straight up if you're gonna buy.
If you're gonna buy,
There's a
okay.
lot of people that will overextend themselves,
Right.
and then like the last phone call, unfortunately, he was in a variable where
Now it's
when it hit
pretty
the
high?
when it hit the trigger rate, because a lot of people
Oh.
qualified at 2%, 2.5%.
Right.
It hit the trigger rate. Now they're at 5.5%.
Right.
All of a sudden, their mortgage payment went from $2,000 to $35,000 or $4,000.
Yeah. And then when it hits the trigger rate, he now has to move his interest rate up, or how does
Interest
that
rate
work?
automatically
jumps
once it hits
up?
the trigger rate, it automatically
Jumps.
It's reflective in your next statement that this is your new interest rate.
Oh, I see. Okay. What about
$100.
fixed? It's probably way
If
higher.
it's fixed and you don't have the option to port it, and you don't have the option to like change any of your anything within that mortgage between the time period of when you purchased your property to when
And-
it's supposed to close,
Right.
you're gonna pay the remainder of the amortization.
For how long?
The remainder of the term.
Right.
If there's 4 years remaining on the term, then you're
You
going to
paid
be
the
paying
remaining 4 years.
4 years
That's
of
a lot.
interest.
That's a lot.
4 years of interest.
That's a lot.
It's so much.
That's a lot. I started making this video, I want to say a couple weeks back, where I was talking about how in Vancouver you got to approach real estate differently. There's this company. It's a secret company. Should I tell you guys their name? I'll tell you guys their name. They're called Bliss. This company wholesales homes, and they find deals on the market, and then they have a list of investors that they ship this information to. Just a couple days ago, they sent out this deal in Mission, BC. This property in Mission, BC is selling for $150,000 below market value. Most houses are selling for around $800,000 to $900,000, and they have it listed for $699,000. This is a pretty freaking good deal, especially when those houses were selling for $1.1 million last year. Now that was an inflated market. Market value right now is around $950-ish, and they're selling for $699,000. We are on a bit of a downtrend, but I'm gonna call her and ask if it's still available, and then I'll do the due diligence with Divage to see whether or not it's a property that I actually want to acquire, okay? So I'm gonna give her a ring, let's see if she answers. Okay, she didn't answer. I usually text her, so that's what I'm gonna do now. Hey, just wondering what the update was for that mission. Okay, let's see what she responds. Maybe she responds quickly because she didn't recognize my number, so she feels more comfortable texting about it. But yeah, that's it, guys. Again, so it's really, really simple to buy property in Vancouver. You just have to change your approach. So again, first step is creating a partnership with people you trust. This allows you to borrow more money than you would be able to otherwise, especially if you don't have high income. 2, you have to get busy looking for a deal. I interviewed Karn, I talked to realtor buddy Sina, I talked to Adrian, who's also another realtor buddy of mine, which we've actually done a deal with. So I've talked to 3 realtors, which is very minimal, I would say. And then we have these networks over at Bliss that send out this list of homes that they're wholesaling. It was 2 weeks, very passive. It was just getting my name out there that I'm open to buying a property. That's how you get a deal. It's like, it's not hard. It's not rocket science, but you have to work. You have to do a little bit of crafty, intelligent work, and things work out. Things work out when you have good intention and you actually try to move forward, right? Again, use the power of your brain to get the things you want. And that's how you get a deal in Vancouver. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.